A very good afternoon, March. Thanks for joining us here on the program. The time is exactly 3:59 p.m. East African time, and time now for you to get informed about what's happening around you. It is a very busy day for the legislative arm of government, and specifically the National Assembly, as the day 2 enters of the Cabinet Secretary's vetting. And of course, that is a story that we have for you, plus more others across the counties. Welcome to the broadcast. Now the hashtag is trending news at Lookuptv on Twitter, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on official YouTube channel. Nelima here, and let's get you informed. Former Malindi Member of Parliament Aisha Jumwa, who is now a public service gender and affirmative action nominee, has appeared before the appointment committee for vetting. Jumwa has discharged herself with murder and corruption charges, alleging that they were politically instigated. Other among the nominees vetted on Tuesday include Kithure Kindiki and Ndung'u Njuguna. Let's now cross over to the Parliament building where Aisha Jumwa is continuing to be vetted.
Mimi. Kwa hivyo mtoto wa kiume atapata haki yake kila wakati kulingana na mujibu wa sheria. Asante sana.
Thank you, Honorable Aisha. Mary Emase.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have to ask one question to the nominee. It's been asked by one of my constituents. If you are successful nominee for public service, there are ladies who are discriminated against, especially in the private sector. When they go for maternity leave, when the time to resume, they are sacked. That becomes the end of their jobs. They are asking, what are you going to do to protect them, the ladies? Some are even discriminated when it comes to recruitment. The boy child is preferred. They get those positions as opposed to the ladies. So how are you going to protect them?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I have just put it, you've had the Honorable Chairman saying that there is discrimination, that is the boy child is not given a lot of attention. And again, Mary, as well, you are saying the girl child. So as I've said, we only laws are made for laws should not be applied selectively, but to serve all parties. So I think Mheshimiwa Mary Emase, on your question on people who are being discriminated on private sectors, still I think it's a matter of the law to be enforced. And I want to commit, if given the opportunity, that will be looked into. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Aisha, your time is...
From the Parliament building, the ongoing vetting of a former Malindi Member of Parliament, Aisha Jumwa, who is now the nominee, the cabinet nominee for the public service and gender. And remember, earlier we had Professor Kithure Kindiki, who is the cabinet nominee for Interior and National Administration, as well as Professor Njoroge Njuguna Ndung'u, who is the National Treasury and Planning nominated cabinet secretary. And of course, so far we have Davis Churchill of Energy and Petroleum, cabinet nominee, as well as Moses Courier, nominee for Trade, Investment and Industry, who are yet to be interviewed. So 3 out of 5 so far have been interviewed. 2 are still waiting to be vetted. And of course, Lookuptv will be keeping you updated on that and giving you a detailed report in our subsequent bulletins. Moving on, the family of Jonathan Lelenguye The Malplus company security officer who was mauled to death by dogs is seeking justice for their kin. The 23-year-old Lelenguya succumbed to overbleeding after German Shepherd dogs attacked him, terming it as negligence by the Swami Containers Company. The family is seeking justice as the dogs were allegedly let loose and unwarned.
Mimi kupigiwa simu kufariki kwake nisikia ameuawa na maumbwa. Sasa kuja kwa hii mosha niliona ya kwamba jamaa yenyewe aliumizwa sana. Sababu jamaa kuna mainjury mkono. Ameumwa mkono, nyama hakuna. Kichwa ameshikwa huko koo, miguu kuna maalama kabisa. Sasa sisi kama familia tunalilia haki ya kijana yetu. Haki itendeke. Haki ndio kitu ya maana sana tunataka kujua.
Pia tulipeana ripoti kwa polisi na DCI. Alafu mpaka saa hii hatuna ripoti yoyote ambayo imetolewa kuhusu hiyo kesi. Na pia tulikuwa tunaomba serikali tupe justice. We only want justice to be done, and then sasa familia ipate haki yao kulingana na kenye ilifanyika.
And away from that, a faction of eternally displaced persons from the Gusii region has alleged the embezzlement of compensation money from the state by cartels. According to the patron, 9,000 IDPs from Kisii County will pay the same as their 7,000 counterparts from Nyamira County, from a total of the targeted 23,000, with a balance of 7,000 IDPs pocketed by cartels.
We, as the Gusii Regional IDP Steering Committee, we are in court for the purpose that the government compensation for the years 2007-2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2017, and 2022. All that monies ended on embezzlement, on corruption, and onto individuals' pockets. His Excellency the President Uhuru brought that money in 2017 after we had agreed the case to be withdrawn from court. That is 2017, so that we were to be brought that money. I, as the patron, I withdrew the matter in Court of Appeal, and then His Excellency the President brought 6.5 billion, which was to be divided among the IDPs Kisii and the Nyamira counties.
And Sabaki residents have petitioned Machakos County Director of Criminal Investigations to look into claims of land grabbing. Angry residents have camped at the DCI offices in Arthur River, claiming that in 2009, known politicians and businessmen transferred a section of the land into a private entity.
Wanaonekana wanauza shamba ya serikali, manake tunafununu ya kana kwamba kuna mtu yule baada ya numerical kufirisika, kuna mtu yule aliwachwa pale, na ndipo Sazuri alielezwa ya kwamba aliwachwa pale kama caretaker wa numerical. Aliuzia hao Wahindi shamba ya serikali kwa mlango wa nyuma, na tunashangaa kwa sababu hiyo shamba iliuzwa siku moja, na aliponunua siku hiyo akauzia mtu ingine the same day na akatransfer the same day na akapata title deed the same day. Two title. Anauza shamba leo, ikifika jioni anauzia mwingine, na hiyo mwingine anapewa title deed for one day. Sasa hiyo ndio kitu inatuonyesha ya kwamba kuna ukora unaendelea pale. Sasa complaint yetu ni kana kwamba jana ndio na juzi tuliona askari wametumwa pale, wanakuja wanashika masquatters, wanawekwa ndani, wanaambiwa ni trespass, na tunashindwa who is complainant. Manake kama ni numerical wanajua kuna masquatters pale. Sasa ni nani mwingine ambao mbali na numerical, anaweza kucomplain na kana kwamba yeye mwenyewe ndio mwenye shamba.
Tulikuwa kwa public participation kwa hiyo shamba. Tulikuwa mpaka na mheshimiwa wa Vinya, tulikuwa na makao, tulikuwa na Swazuri, tulikuwa na MD wa numerical machines. Na that time kuna watu walikuwa wamesema ati wameuziwa shamba Wahidi. Na tukashukua hizo, walikuwa wameleta mpaka titles hapa kwa CID. Na tukashukua hizo titles na tukazipatia Swazuri. Swazuri akasema, numerical wakasema, there was a madam who was being called Christine. She was the MD by then. Akasema hao hawajauzia mtu shamba. And they don't even have the right to sell because in a government parastatal. So Swazuri akasema sisi tukae kwa shamba, shamba ni ya serikali na sisi ni wa serikali. Ile kitu ningeomba, Saturday kuna watu walishikwa na wakaletwa hapa station na ikawa wametrespass. Hatujajua itu wametrespass kwa nani. Hatutaki kunyanyazwa tena na tunataka tujue tulitrespass kwa nani.
Pale tunaishi Sambaki. Tungependa kuambia DCIO afanye uchunguzi ya kutosha kwa sababu iko shida mingi sana.
Ile kitu tutafanya kama kitengo hiki ya DCI, tutachunguza hizo madai ambayo mnasema. Tutafungua inquiry file, tu report statements zenu, na kama kuna any document ambayo ina support nyinyi mkae ndani, mtuletee pia. Pia sisi tutaenda kuconfirm hii shamba as per now ni ya nani. Because the only documents ambayo tuko nazo sasa hii inaonyesha shamba ni ya Numerical Machine Limited. So mpaka hapo ndio tunataka tufungue inquiry, tujue kwa nini watu wanafahamia hiyo shamba na serikali haitapea watu wenye wako ndani.
Let's now head over to the coastal region where Ngomeni businessman Omar Ismail has appeared in court where he faces charges of terrorism after he was arrested on Friday night in possession of several identity card photocopies. The anti-terrorist police unit requested the court to hold the prominent businessman for 14 more days in order to complete their investigations. Malindi Registered Magistrate Olga Onalo is expected to provide a ruling on the matter this Friday.
Niko uwezo wangu ni kupeleka chakula kwa jamii na kufundisha watoto. Kwa nini unapeleka chakula kwa jamii? Kwa nini unafundisha watoto? Pesa unatoa wapi? Nikaelezea pale pesa nakutoa.
Umemshawishi afanye kitendo cha ugaidi?
Hakuna mtu mtaja wala kuna mtu mhusika wala sitahusika, sababu mimi ni msomi wa dini na niko na shahada. Lakini ugaidi wao watafuta hawa, hizi pesa zatoka wapi? Hizi pesa za chakula na nikeleza zatoka wapi?
Sasa wewe una shida wakifanya uchunguzi wao?
Sina shida, hata niwasaidia. Anachukua simu kwangu nyingine wakabakisha nyumbani, na zile za nyumbani kama kuna moja kwa nyumbani nitawaletea ama uje ukachukua.
Moving on, police officers in Kikuyu, Kiambu County on Tuesday confiscated 300 gas cylinders suspected to have been stolen and arrested 2 suspects in connection with the robbery. Confirming the incident, Kikuyu Police Commander Catherine Ringera said the 2 who are guards of the gas depot and a lorry driver are being interrogated.
Our landlord at the Kikuyu container that there were unknown people loading cylinders in a vehicle which was not a proto truck. So immediately we contacted the Kikuyu police, also rushed to the scene. Upon reaching, we found a truck, white in color. They had broken into the container and they had loaded quite a considerable number of cylinders in their vehicle.
They managed to block the city vehicle, and when they stopped the vehicle, the driver stopped, and there were 6 people. 4 managed to escape, 2 were arrested, that is the driver and the watchman, and they managed to bring the vehicle at the police station, where they had already the the criminals had already taken 301 filled pro-gas containers of 6 kg, which is about 632 shillings and 100 shillings at a value, wholesale value, and the vehicle was brought to the station.
Those are some of the stories that are trending at this hour. But just to take a quick look at what's trending across Twitter is Aisha Jumwa. For obvious reasons, the former Malindi Member of Parliament is currently being vetted in Parliament as she is the cabinet nominee for gender. And as well, I will just read a few of your tweets. Aisha Jumwa says, "My houses in Malindi and Nairobi are worth 85 million. And she says she is worth just 100 million. And of course, there's a tweet from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and they say it's a correction. The ODPP would like to clarify that it is not in touch with the victim's family in the Aisha Jumwa case. Her advocate informed the ODPP that his client was in the process of negotiating with the victim's family with a view of having the case against her withdrawn. And of course, there was again something very interesting from MP Kosing being among the panel vetting Aisha Jumwa. And he did ask, can you really get a D- and get a degree? This is according to academic qualifications of the Member of Parliament, former Member of Parliament Aisha Jumwa. And of course, a lot of you talking about the vetting process as well as the wealth declaration by the different cabinet nominees. This is a story that we are following up for you. We'll be giving you details in our subsequent bulletins. That is Lookup Tarifa at 6:30 p.m. and Lookup News at exactly 8 p.m. I'm Nelima. Thank you so much for watching and for getting informed with us. Do have yourselves a pleasant afternoon.